This is your one-stop shop to using the hardest and best attack strategy at Town Hall 13, the Skelly Donut LavaLoon, in a fully accurate and condensed guide. Now, last time on this series, we went through an easy Town Hall 15 strategy, the Super Archer Blimpy Drags. Now we're returning to a really hard strategy, the Skelly Donut LavaLoon. This video is going to be long, but really well detailed in order to help you understand this strategy, practice it, and get proficient at it. So before we actually jump into this, we want to go through the army composition. This is what I would recommend. These are from 3 different examples I have, alongside with different siege machines, whether you're either using the Stone Slammer, the Battle Drill, or the Flame Flinger, which we will cover within their own sections within the breakdown of this strategy. So let's first start with the Skelly Donut. Now, the proper base planning for this is you always want to look at the Clan Castle alongside 2 major defenses, either the Scattershot or the Inferno Tower. These 2 are really nice to remove with the Skelly Donut if you're able to do so. This is why you typically see the use of skeleton spells and a bat spell, because the bats do more damage to defenses, while the skeleton's job is just to remove the Clan Castle. Now, outside of that, you mainly want to look for bases where you're able to remove both of these types of structures, whether that is the Clan Castle and Inferno, or the Clan Castle and the Scattershot. However, there are limitations. If you can't remove those 2 main key defenses, then just getting the Clan Castle isn't worth it. If there is an enemy hero in between the place where you Skelly Donut, as long as you can keep it invisible, then that is perfectly fine. However, if the king, queen, or royal champion are outside of the range of that invisibility spell, chances are the skeletons might retarget. Now, with the proper invisibility spell placement, it's really going to depend on how proficient you are at this. If you're not, which I know most of us aren't, make sure that you are practicing this with your clanmates in friendly challenges. This is a really important technique that you might want to start practicing. For those of you who are new or want a quick refresher, I've given you guys a very oversimplified way of viewing this, at least with the proper placement of invisibility spells. So on a 3x3 structure, on a flat side, you should be using your invis spells at least 4 tiles away, while on a diagonal, it's going to be 2 tiles. For a 2x2 structure, such as an Inferno, you're going to be using your invisibility spells on a flat side at 4 tiles, while the diagonal approach is 3 tiles. Try to find the in-between on the flat side. This is going to give you the most amount of value, and it's going to help you in terms of not turning multiple other buildings invisible. So this allows you to just make sure that you're able to remove the Clan Castle and the Inferno, or the Clan Castle and the Scattershot, very easily. So now that you know the small tidbits to this, let's explain how to actually go with this on an actual base. You're going to start off with a skeleton spell and a bat spell, or 2 skeleton spells. In any case, you're then going to drop in an invisibility in the proper spot, rage, and then start timing your invisibility spells every 4 seconds. So try to count that 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then on that 4th one, drop in another invisibility. That should allow you to remove both the Clan Castle and the defense of your choice, mainly being either the Inferno or the Scattershot, and that should really allow you to get a lot of really nice value, so that way you can start your hero dive. Now that you know how to use a Skelly Donut, when to use it, and really all the little tidbits, I know we took a little too long on that, it's now time for the hero dive. Now, the hero dive is really flexible. You can use your king and queen to go in for a particular defense, mainly being the town hall, but you can also do a couple different things with this. For one, you can use your barbarian king and royal champion in a given spot. This can be to remove an Inferno, air defenses, but also to remove something like the enemy archer queen or the enemy royal champion, 2 of which being pretty much the most important things to remove outside of the Clan Castle. Your archer queen can be using something like a giant, super giant, an ice golem, to help your Archer Queen remove the Town Hall. This is typically done against anti-3 style bases. This is just going to help you in terms of understanding when and how to use your hero dive. But you also have the use of the Flame Flinger. You can use that to go in for the Town Hall, or more specifically, you can use it to clear another area of something like an Inferno, air defenses, and whatnot. Just keep in mind that Expos, specifically set to ground, are going to be really dangerous alongside mortars, so just be very careful of that if you plan on using the Flame Flinger to remove another given section and add more value to the hero dive. Now, the final part is the LavaLoon, and there's still a lot to cover with this. You want to mainly look at air defense placement because you want to know where the Lava Hounds are going to go. So you'll want to make sure that you are getting a lot of tankage from the Lava Hounds. You also want to drop in around 2 to 3 or even 4 groups of balloons with the Grand Warden after you drop in the Lava Hound. As you move in, next comes your spells. You've got haste spells to get to key defenses such as removing the Eagle Artillery early, getting through any sweepers, but also getting to splash damage defenses such as the Wizard Towers, the Infernos, and Scatter Shots, or high HP or high DPS single target damage such as the air defenses. Free spells should be used on really anything that hits air and ground, even the enemy heroes if you're having to deal with them. Which, speaking of which, if you either have the Queen or the Royal Champion up after you've done your hero dive, then you want to make sure that you are using Headhunters to safely remove her with the LavaLoon. You'll want to use a Grand Warden ability around the core. This should give you more than enough time to help the Headhunters remove both the enemy Royal Champion and or the Barbarian King if he's there protecting the last enemy hero that you need to remove, whether that's the Queen or the Royal Champion. The siege machines play a pretty big role, but they're quite flexible. The Stone Slammer is more often than not going to be used in a lot of different cases, as it is the default siege. However, if you want to spice it up, you can use the Battle Drill. It has roughly the same amount of HP, but it is a ground-specific siege. But it provides you with a stun that you don't get anywhere at Town Hall 13, so it really is a nice and flexible option for you. Just make sure you have cleanup with the Lava Pups and the minions, and you should be good for the 3-star. So now that you get a proper introduction into this strategy, let's give you a replay that you can really go over and see exactly how a better attacker, that isn't me, is going to be able to use this approach and how to do it successfully. Now, really quickly, I want to go over some of the mistakes that you will make with this strategy. So chances are you're going to fail with the invisibility spells. So I would always go back to the section where I talk about the placement of your invisibility spells and just start reviewing that section and practicing that. It is insanely important that you understand this skill really, really well. Now, the hero dive, you mainly want to go in for the Town Hall. The Town Hall should not be the final thing that you LavaLoon, so you should always try to remove it, even if it's within the core of the base. So chances are you might want to bring some more wall breakers, some more funneling to get your heroes to go in. If not, you still want to try and Lalo into the Town Hall and try to get out of it as quickly as possible so you don't have that slow effect. But you'll be able to still move yourself across, even if that means using the Battle Drill or the Stone Slammer to remove the Town Hall for you. Outside of that, you really just want to make sure with the LavaLoon that you're using the spells in the proper way and not getting a time fail by basically not using the minions and not having enough cleanup towards the back end. So you just want to make sure that you're doing those things. If you're struggling with dealing with the enemy hero with the LavaLoon, just send in your headhunters when you know it's safe, when you don't have that many defenses that are going to be firing on your headhunters. That'll help you remove the enemy hero that is left up, whether that is the Queen or Royal Champion, and that should help you keep your balloons safe. Now, this video was long, but it pretty much gave you a in-depth guide into using this strategy. And of course, the higher you go, it's gonna just be much more expansive. So let me know if you want to see me break down more strategies like this that are really difficult and in desperate need of a guide, and I can cover this for multiple Town Hall levels within the future, so let me know if you want to see that in the comments below.